Hi, my name is Tim Paige. I'm an audiobook narrator, and today I wanted to record a sample of a book I'm narrating right now called Everlast by Alex Grayson. It's a rough one. It's a beautiful book, um, and it's full of heart and emotion and passion and a lot of things about the human experience that I think you're really going to enjoy. So I hope you check out the book when it comes out on Audible, and here's a little sample. Later that day, Molly and I are on the couch with Gray and Gemma sitting between us. We picked them up from Molly's parents' house an hour ago. More tears were shed when we told them the good news about the kids' genetic tests. Lindsay and Joe were there. Aubrey was in the living room with Gray and Gemma. Molly and I decided to tell the kids about their mother today. Neither of us felt right keeping it from them any longer. Behind the kids' backs, Molly and I have our fingers linked together as we attempt to do one of the hardest things we'll ever do. Mom, Dad, what's going on? Gray asks, his head turning back and forth as he looks at us both. Are you going to tell us what's wrong with Mama now? Molly bites her lip, forcing back the tears I know she's fighting. Gemma's brows wrinkle. Something's wrong with Mama? She asks, her voice quivering. I feel more helpless in this moment than I ever have in my entire life. This is my family. It's my job to protect them from anything that could harm them, and there's not a goddamn thing I can do. With her free hand, Molly grabs one of Gemma's. Yes, baby, there is. Hearing the tremble in Molly's voice and knowing she's barely holding on, I squeeze her hand, silently telling her I'll explain everything to the kids. Do you guys remember when Mama fell at Gammy's house? Gray and Gemma look at me. We went to see Dr. Becker to find out why she did. I swallow past the boulder in my throat, determined to get through this and not make Molly do it. Dr. Becker did some tests. Did they have to get Mama's blood like they did me and Gray the other day? Yes. Gemma looks at her mother. Did it hurt? No, Gemma, it didn't hurt. Gemma frowns, looking down at the spot where the nurse drew her. Gemma frowns, looking down at the spot where the nurse drew her blood. Her finger rubs against the area. It hurt me. I know, baby. Molly runs her fingers through Gemma's hair. I'm sorry you had to do that. What did the doctor say? Gray asks, still looking at me. I take a moment to answer, looking for the best way to tell them in a way they'll understand. He said that Mama is sick. What kind of sick? He asks. Gemma looks at Molly, her eyes roaming over her face in concentration. Mama doesn't look sick, she says after a moment. The kind of illness she has is making the insides of her sick. Well, we can make her soup in bed, and she'll get better like you did that one time, right? A couple of years ago, I came down with a stomach bug that had me in bed for 2 days. I'd give anything for this to be something similar. What Mama has won't get better with soup, Gemma, I tell her gently. Gray, whose expression is becoming more grim by the minute, asks, What kind of illness does Mom have? What's going to happen to her? Is she going to die? Gray, Molly starts, but stops when it comes out a sob. He doesn't look at his mother, but keeps looking at me, his eyes imploring. Gemma, hearing the word die, starts crying. Letting go of my hand, Molly pulls her into her lap. I grip Gray's shoulder. What Mom has is a disease that's in her brain. It makes parts of her body not work right. Those parts will stop working eventually. Is Mom going to die? He asks again. My heart fucking shatters into a million pieces when the first tear slides down his cheek. The last thing I want to do is give him hope when there is none, but fuck if this isn't hard. Gray's only 13 years old. How in the hell do I tell a 13-year-old his mother is going to die? And it could be less than 2 years when it happens. Molly and I discussed only telling the kid she was sick and leaving out the part where she'll die from her illness. We struggled with what we felt was the right decision. Is there even a right decision? No matter what choice we made, the kids would be hurt. It's either tell them the truth and have them hurt when they heard the news, or only tell them she's sick and leave out the death part. The latter will give them false hope, thinking their mother will get better. In the end, we felt it was better to prepare them so it wasn't sprung on them all of a sudden. I tighten my hand around Gray's shoulder. Yes, I answer hoarsely. His face crumbles, and I yank him forward. His face plants against my chest, and it only takes seconds for the material to be soaked with tears. I glance up and meet Molly's eyes, her own cheeks wet as she consoles our daughter. Squeezing my eyes shut, I cry along with my family. See? It's an amazing book. I know that you're going to love it. I know that you'll cry right along with me. And yeah, this is the kind of book that I think so many of us can use right now. So I hope you love it. I hope you check it out when it comes out. And thanks for listening. Bye.